advisor's story about a secret to success. A long time ago, there was a young man who worked in a factory. His advisor, who is an old technician, has taught him to talk less and do more, and never stop developing skills in every aspect of the factory's operation. 10 years later, the advisor retired and the young man became a technician. He continued to do his work with determination and diligence, which his advisor has taught him. One day, the young man went to visit his advisor. The advisor saw that the young man seemed to be unhappy, so he asked him, "What is troubling you?" The young man sighed and said, "I have been following your instructions exactly all these years. No matter how I work, I just keep quiet and focus on the job. I know I am doing well and good work in the factory, and I learned all the skills that can be learned there. But what I do not understand is the guys that do not have my experience and capabilities have been all promoted, while I am still making as little as I did before when I was your apprentice." The old advisor asked the young guy, "Are you positive that you have become absolutely necessary to the factory?" The young guy nodded his head and said, "Yes, I am." The old advisor walked steady and consistent back and forth to think. After a while, he told the young man, "You must take a day off. Reason out anything you want. It is time for you to have a break." The young man was surprised by his advice, but the more he thought about it, the more it made sense. He then thanked his teacher and quickly left to go and request for a day off. When he returned to work after his day off, the manager called onto him to the office to tell him that things did not go well at the factory while he is on a day off. Other workers encountered many problems that normally would be handled by him, and they don't have any idea to solve it. The factory manager then realized the young man's importance in the factory. He decided to promote the young man to the position of senior technician, to thank him and encourage him to keep up the good work. The young man was very grateful for his teacher's wisdom. Surely he thought it was the secret to success. From that point, whenever the young man felt like he deserved more than what he's getting, he would then take a day off. When he returned to work the next day, the situation would improve to his satisfaction. This pattern continued for months. One day, the young man found out that he was blocked out from going into the factory. And he was shocked when he found out that he was terminated from his employment. He could not believe, so he went back to visit his advisor again to try to figure out how things had gone so wrong. "Why did I lose my job?" he asked his advisor with a wounded pride. "Did I not do everything that you had taught me?" "Actually, you did not," the advisor said. "You have heard only half of the lesson," and the old advisor shook his head. "You understand right away that no one will pay attention to a light bulb that is always on, but when it goes off, people will suddenly notice it and realize that they have been taking it for granted. You were so eager to apply this understanding that you left so quickly without listening to the second half of the lesson." "Second half? What is the second half?" asked the young man. The advisor spoke slowly to make his point. The second half is more important than the first half. It is the realization that if a light bulb goes off frequently, then sooner or later it will be replaced with a new one that is more reliable. Who would want a light bulb that is not useful anymore? So, in our life, we have friends and family members that we take for granted and always there for us. What will happen if one day they are no longer there for you anymore? Do not wait for the day to realize how important they are. Give them thanks today for the good fortune of having them in your life. And also, don't let yourself being taken for granted, but at the same time, do your work and do not stop everything you do just because it doesn't go the way you wanted. Find the balance and life will reward you with living the balance back. Choose the balanced path in everything. Listen to your heart, but take along your brain with you.